New at noon, a warning from the Hampden County Sheriff's Office about a new scam making its rounds in Western Mass. It involves either a text or voicemail saying the recipient is the subject of an investigation being finalized against you. It then urges the recipient to call back immediately to avoid further legal action, providing a phone number and a fake case number. The screenshot you're looking at right now was provided by the Sheriff's Office, and it shows how this is phrased. A link is sometimes included to listen to a voicemail, which, if clicked, could lead to malware or more manipulation. The Sheriff's Office says they will never call, text, or email to demand money, resolve a warrant, or do official business. If you get a message like this, delete it and report it.